Hi, I'm Hal Ottaway with the Wichita Postcard Club, and it's time once again for a postcard of the week. Please give us a thumbs up with YouTube and with Facebook. And by the way, promise no songs this week, but in case you missed last week, go back and take a look toward the end and see if you like it or not. I wanted to tell you that the postcard show for Wichita Postcard Club is going to happen this year. It's on October 16 and 17. And thinking back over all of these 40, this will be the 43rd show, but over these years, we've had such a blast. People come here from all over the country, not only collectors, but the dealers, of course, and they come early and they stay late. They come, the show's on a Saturday and Sunday, and they make start coming into the motels on Monday and Tuesday. People just love coming to Wichita, the association, the camaraderie, the mixing of collectors and dealers. It's really true. They're at the motel, they come early, they bring their duplicates maybe, they open their rooms, and when the room is open at the motel, that means that you're invited to come in and look at postcards that are filling the bed. They're filling the end tables by the beds and so forth. It's lots and lots of postcards. Dealers will be there and collectors will be there that maybe have another obligation that weekend and can't be there for the show, or maybe weren't able to get a table space at the show. So there's a lot of material to be seen and enjoyed at the motel, plus the people, and being able to go out to eat all three breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We have lots of wonderful restaurants in Wichita, and I'm told this by people that come from a big city. They're always impressed with the variety and the good values, and it's a great place to come for our Wichita postcard show. And they also, like I said, stay late afterwards. Oftentimes, people will stay over. The show's over at 4 o'clock on Sunday, but they'll stay over and spend that night, and we'll get together for another dinner on Sunday night. And then as people start checking out of the motel, they might come to our house here for several hours, and more visiting and more talking and enjoying and exchanging ideas. It was during one of those times after the show when I was visiting with my good friend Don Preziosi from New Jersey, who had come for several years to our show. And we were just talking about postcards in general and what's fun to look for and to collect. And he made me aware of a set of Vietnam War postcards that I had no knowledge of. I'd never read an article about. But he told me about a series called Man with a Mission. These apparently were issued by the United States Army, and each one says U.S. Army Pacific. And so here we were. It's something that's it's very unique as far as I can tell, about a set of postcards or a series that were published by the Army and made available to troops, maybe to send home. We were talking about people in a war zone in Vietnam, and so they did not have to use stamps. You could write a postcard, put free in the stamp box, and give it to the mail clerk, and it would be delivered. Now, I'm not saying that this set and series of postcards I've built over the years, thanks to Don telling me that they existed. And I think he had one that morning that I did buy, and then so I had something in my hand to look for. Now that was probably 20 some years ago that he was doing all that and telling me about it. And it was very difficult for me to find additional ones until eBay came along. And with eBay, I was able to type in "man with a mission postcard." And several times during the year, now I'll get a link or a reply in the morning in my email saying there's a "man for the mission" or "man with a mission" postcard on eBay right now. And I'll go look and I'll follow through and try to see if I already have it. I've been able to build a series, I think, of 11 of these, and still looking for more because they're tough to find. And you kind of ask yourself, why are they difficult to find? Well, here's a postcard that was sent or made available to troops in Vietnam who were serving in a jungle or urban situation. And so it really wasn't like a "wish you were here" type of postcard that they would be sending to family or friends. And that probably is the reason why so few of mine have been used and mailed back home for with a message from the troop there. A number of them have been that I have, or the majority, are unused. And so when I see them listed on eBay, oftentimes there's a week span before it closes, but they have a little place where you can click and say, write or check with the owner about additional information. And I'll write and I'll say, were you a member, of the Army during this time? And how did this did you find this at, say, like at a garage sale or yard sale, or how did you acquire this? And oftentimes I get nice replies from people, and sometimes a troop will say, well, I picked this up during my time there, and there was a stack of them, and I just took off two or three, and he said that they were just in my things when I was unpacking or looking at things the other day from my trunk, or a box of stuff that he had left over with uniforms and so forth. But this is a series of modern postcards. I just think that they're very interesting, and they're difficult to find. I'm not saying that they're rare, but you just don't find them all the time. These two that I'm showing, this one is, of course, a combat picture with the helicopters and men in the jungle, and you see the foliage or the trees and so forth. And the other card is really, it's our it's propaganda. It's showing here we were over there fighting a war and killing people, and here's this little boy that he's looks like he's a buddy of the soldier, and he's giving him a piggyback ride. Well, that too, it was a lot of things happened, and people were expressed, and these postcards, I think, really are interesting and give a good account, and make it an interesting grouping to look at and to study about the use of propaganda and the use of postcards during the time. I wish the Marine and the Navy had something likewise, but I've never seen anything like that. So happy to have this series to look for and collect, and it's something that I enjoy doing, and it's all part of postcard collecting, and something that I've learned from the postcard show and talking with other collectors and dealers. And that's part of the fun of a postcard show. It's not just going to the show itself, but it's this camaraderie, it's this going out to eat, being together and listening and learning from each other. Well, hope to see you at the show, and We'll be talking about it in the weeks ahead, but to make every effort to save that third weekend in October for Wichita and to come and enjoy. And if you have any questions about the club and what we do and so forth, message us here at online and we'll get back to you. Okay, thanks very much.